welcome back to another Battlegrounds video. Today it's all about Absorbing Man because this guy is just a monster in this week's Battlegrounds meta. This is a 5-star Absorbing Man, keep that in mind. So I just want to make this video because I just want to show you that like 5-star Absorbing Man is viable. So like if you don't have the 6-star version, like let's say you miss out on the feature crystals, do not feel bad because if you do have the 5-star version, he is more than capable of being a very good Battlegrounds attacker. So this right here is a rank 4 Rintrah. Pretty sketchy start there because I kind of whiffed on the SP1, but besides that, he is just so good for Rintrah, man. Like, he is so good. He's also great for the Muscle Wizard node because whenever you knock down the opponent and you're unstoppable, you get a Fury buff if you're a Mystic attacker, right? So this player with his vulnerabilities makes him like a monstrous DPS. Like, even without the node though, he's still a very good damage dealer, but like he goes extra crazy this week in this like Battlegrounds meta. So yeah, the fight's going pretty well so far. I chose the Uru form because Rintrah has energy resistance and like Absorber Man has physical damage in this mode, and also he has physical resistance, so you take like no block damage pretty much. That's how I like decide what form to use. If it's like a physical damage dealer that I'm going against, like let's say a Rintrah, then I'm going to go for the Uru form, right? But if it's like a Nimrod or something, then I'm going to go like the Magma form, right? So that's like my game plan with Absorbing Man. And that was a 64-second takedown for a rank 4 Rintrah with the 5-star Absorbing Man. And now we have this Nick Fury right here. And keep in mind that these aren't his ideal matchups, right? Because you can just like go against an armor break champion and like do it in like 20 seconds. But I feel like that's already been showcased enough. So I just want to show like some non-ideal matchups. Like, you know, you would never think that Absorbing Man would be good for Nick Fury, but he's going to do it in a pretty good time overall. So yeah, here I put Uru form because he is a physical damage dealer. And like there's just no need to have the energy damage up. So yeah, that was my game plan. So you want to like refine your charges, get to like 200, 300, and then go for a medium, light, medium, and then you'll get the vulnerability, like the big one. There I take a hit, and that's exactly why I put myself in Uru form, because we took like no damage there because of our physical resistance. If we were in Magma form there, we would have taken like a lot more damage. So that's why you have to make sure that the opponent is like a physical damage dealer when you're running Uru form, and they're an energy damage dealer when you're running Magma form. Of course, you have to take in mind like champion abilities as well. Like, don't use Magma form for like a Havok, right? Even though he's an energy damage dealer, he will just gain so many plasma charges with the energy attack, so he just like get melted. But yeah, this fight is going so well. Like, we're just doing so much damage. Look at the SP1, man. The SP1 just sent him to the Shadow round. And it was because, like, Nick Fury, whenever he goes into second life, he purifies everything, but he didn't purify the vulnerabilities, so, like, we kept our damage going. So, yeah, pretty cool interaction there. Now we have this Galan, who is just a rank 3, I believe, but still, man, this is still a 5-star Absorber Man who is, like, putting in this massive work against these rank 3 and rank 4 6-stars, so it's just really impressive overall. Like, he is easily my number 1, like, Mystic attacker for this meta. This meta does end tomorrow, unfortunately, so I'm just gonna get all my points now with Absorbing Man and then just like chill for the next week or so. So yeah, it's been a pretty fun time, and this meta has just been like very awesome, especially for like Absorbing Man. And this Galan fight is going great. Like, we are controlling him pretty well. We're just stacking up the SP1, just getting our refinements, and then we're gonna go for vulnerability once we get 150 charges at least, and then yeah, we'll be chilling. Like, he's so fun to play, and he's very straightforward to play as well, I feel like, especially in like these matchups where there are a lot of buffs, so you can just like get power very easily. So yeah, he just like wiped out that Galan, man. It wasn't even fair. That was like a 50-second fight. He is just so good, man. And last but not least, we have Havok. So this fight is just pretty impressive, I feel like, because Havok is like definitely not his ideal matchup. So we go for the Uru form here because, you know, physical resistance, while it's not too useful for a Havok, it's way better than like the Magma form because we will just get melted immediately if we go for Magma form. So yeah, you have to go for Uru form here. So you might take a little bit of more block damage than usual, but you'll be fine overall, I feel like. His heavy attack is very easy to intercept, so you can just like heavy counter in SP1 like I do right here. So yeah, it's just a pretty straightforward matchup. You just need to watch out for like the plasma detonates and like make sure you don't get too many on you. That's why you have to push him to SP2 pretty often. But once you do that, you'll be like chilling, man. It's not that bad of a matchup. I wouldn't suggest like doing this in war or something, but if you ever come across a Havok in Battlegrounds, just know that Absorber Man can take him pretty well. So yeah, like that's what I wanted to like show here, that he can take so many fights that you would never expect him to take, right? Like, you know, Nick Fury, Rintrah. It's just a very like awesome time. This character is so versatile, but like people think he's just good in like Terrax and Arcus matchups and that's it, but no, he's good in like a ton of other matchups. Like, it's crazy, man. Like, this guy is super good overall. I cannot wait to showcase him more because I'm just having so much fun with the champion. So yeah, the fight's going pretty well so far. We're getting dangerously close to 10 plasmas, but we're still alive, right? So that's all that matters. We drop one more SP1. He's almost down, but we're almost at 10 charges. But thankfully, we get the heavy off before anything happens. And yeah, 79 seconds, not the fastest time, but it's still a pretty viable time for a Havok overall, I feel like. So yeah, we won the round 2, so that's perfect. And that's going to be it for this video. Let me know your thoughts on Absorbing Man. For me, he is just so much fun to play. He is so powerful, man. He's a very powerful character overall, I feel like. And yeah, that's about it for me.